I feel like I can help you, motivate you, jumpstart you, jump kick you into something that is going to either get you to stop procrastinating, get you to stop being super lazy, get you to stop eating terribly, get you to stop not getting sleep. Like, it's not cool to not get sleep. I don't know where that came from, but like, I'll say this, everyone's different. But if you're somebody that knows that you need sleep, but like you feel pressure to like, sleep is for punks, like, you know, like go hard or die trying or whatever, like, you need your sleep. You need your sleep. And this is why. If you know that you need sleep, you're going to be 10 times more productive in 4 hours than someone would be in 12, because you're just so energized and focused and ready to go, right? And you can pump out like really, really highly focused, potent work, whether it's like you're trying to create a business. Like, it's better to have highly, purely focused at 100% for 4 hours straight than have 12 hours of like 40 to 60% energy level. So that's another thing. Like, that's what I really learned, like when I was managing people as a district manager. I would see people be super exhausted, not sleep for whatever reason. Maybe they were, you know, trying to have a work balance life where like they try to go party and then, you know, they have to open up the store early in the day or early the next day, and you know, you could see it on them, right? And we've all been there. I've done it too. And it's like, you just see that they're not as productive. They're not as quick. They're not as sharp. They're not as concentrated. They're not on point. So there's a rare set of people that I know. Actually, my mom is one of them. She actually can get a solid 5.5 hours of sleep and work really, really productively for 8 hours. That I don't know how she does it. So that's not for the people. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about for you. If you know that you're someone that like is like, dang, I really, really know I need to like get better sleep. I feel crazy. My cravings have gone through the roof. I'm cranky. My eyes are always bloodshot red. My eyes are always burning when I close them. I'm just kind of like have brain fog. I need to sleep, and I know like I shouldn't, like, it's almost like we've been conditioned to not feel like we deserve 8 hours of sleep. No, get your 8 hours of sleep if you know you need it. So that's another thing. But, and also get off social media at night, because one bout of light from a blue light, like from our cell phones, it delays your deep sleep for 90 minutes. So one bout of light, like right when you look at your phone like this, like, yeah, you'll go back to sleep, but you're not like deeply sleeping. So that's another thing. If you like are someone that maybe you fall asleep at like 11, but then you get up at like 1 to like go to the bathroom or something, don't look at your phone. Like, maybe have like a manual clock, or what is it? Just like a digital clock, and where it's just like telling the time, or maybe have like a, you know, just look on the stove or something like that if you want to like know what the time is, but don't look at your phone. That's another like quick little tiny side note that will massively improve your sleep, which is so crazy that just one little change like that will help you get better REM sleep. So bottom line is, anything in life, what I'm learning, I had an interview come out on LA Times with the charity that I work for, and I'm actually going to post it on my YouTube, so stay tuned for that. And I just remember as I was watching that video, I just was like, I didn't know I was going to be on LA Times, like doing like a, you know, being part of like a little docu clip, a mini docu, not a docu series, but yeah, like a documentary miniature one for Afrikicks. And I just remember like 2, 3, 4 years ago, I was terrified of being in front of a camera. Terrified, like literally stuttering over my words. Like, I still kind of stutter sometimes, or I'll still just kind of be flighty, but it's 10 times better than I was. And I just remember I like in that moment when I was watching the clip, I was like, you know what? Like, if you just kind of scare yourself a little bit, or just get yourself 4%, 5% out of your comfort zone, and you just kind of keep doing that once a month, like, you end up stretching yourself and expanding your ability to do things more than you know. So like 4 or 5 years ago, I remember I did one of my first YouTube videos, and it was okay. And then like I didn't do one for like 2 years, and then one day I just was like, I'm just gonna start turning on the YouTube and just start pressing on or just start pressing live, just to get myself more comfortable speaking in front of a lens. And then now it's like I've been on red carpet interviews. I've done, you know, now on LA Times, doing interviews. I've been on like different publications doing interviews. And I'm just like, whoa, like I went from being terrified to like be in front of a lens, and like now I've like been in front of a lens like several times, like in front of other people at the same time too. I used to be terrified of that, which is crazy because I was a dancer in college, and well, many years before that too, but I would be in front of hundreds of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but I'd be in front of a 20,000, you know, person crowd and like love it because I was dancing. I was very comfortable dancing, but speaking, I would have been like, so it's just kind of crazy how like when I just kind of push myself and like put myself into a scary position, just 4% out of my comfort zone, now I'm where I'm at. Same thing with writing my ebook that I wrote, How to Lose Belly Fat. Like that's also down below if you want to check that out. It's going to be in the link down below. How to Lose Belly Fat. And it's a book on what I do to stay in shape. And I remember being super like overwhelmed with it. I was just like, why did I even tell people I was going to do this? Like, I don't want to do this now. It's too much work. I don't want to spend $5,000 on a course on how to learn how to do an ebook. But something just told me to keep going. So I just kept going. And I just would like piece it together. I was like looking on YouTube, looking at other people's, you know, social media about like ebooks and digital products. And then now I have a digital product. I have a digital product now. And so like there's just little things that I've done like some reflecting on today where I'm just like, you know what? 2 years ago, I was terrified to do that. 3 years ago, I really sucked at that. 4 years ago, I wouldn't have thought I would have did what I'm doing now. Like, and also another really big thing I want to say too is as you're on your journey of like trying new things, wanting to take advantage of new opportunities, what is so slept on and what I wish I would have done a lot more way earlier on in my young adult life is saying yes to things that I usually wouldn't have said yes to. Okay, let me explain. So like, if you're somebody that's not really into like art, right? Like you're like, oh, it's cool, but like I'm not like super into it. But someone's like, you know what? It's crazy. I have an extra ticket. There's going to be an art gallery thing happening. You should totally come. And like, usually you probably would have said no. You probably would have said no because you're used to being in your comfort zone. You're used to only doing your 4 things that you know you like to do. And like, you're very comfortable with that, right? But like, say someone invites you to like an art show, just say yes. Like say someone, and it doesn't have to be an art show, but just something that you usually wouldn't say yes to, just say yes to it. At least once a month or once every 2 months. Just like give yourself like, okay, this year I'm gonna make myself do 5 new things that I wouldn't have said yes to. I'm gonna say yes to it. The last 2.5 years that I've done that, what I told myself at the beginning of the year was I'm gonna say more yeses in 2023 to things that I would usually say no and want to be curled up in a blanket and like watch alien documentaries. And this year I was just like, you know what? Don't do that. Like, if you get invited to like a cool thing, like just go. You can always leave early. You can always, you know, you could always go for 30 minutes and bounce, right? And then take yourself out to maybe reward yourself too. Like, okay, I'm going to go to this. If I don't like it, I'm going to leave. And then I'm going to go take myself to a yummy restaurant and like get something to go or take myself on a date because I am proud of myself for doing something I said I wouldn't usually do. So what I've experienced is so many dope things, you guys. Like, my network has expanded so much from just taking chances. My network has expanded so much from just saying yes to things I usually wouldn't say yes to. My skills have expanded just by saying yes to things I wouldn't have said yes to. There is, and what's crazy is that there's events that I've said yes to that I usually would have said no to, that I went, showed up, met someone, communicated with them for 2 months, learned something from them, and then like another opportunity would present itself. And because of like that quick skill set I learned from that person, I was able to apply it like over here. And like even right now, I'm going to LA Fashion Week. I'm like, usually I've been invited to these things in the past, but like, again, this year I'm saying yes to more things. And this is like my 4th fashion show I've been to in like the last month, because it's like that time of year. And there's been so many dope people that I've met. So many dope people. Just doing dope, cool things that are like outside of the box, that are new, innovative, like AI, tech, like, and integrating it with fashion. And, you know, I've just seen how like some different areas of different industries, how they move behind the scenes. And it's just cool, because now it's like I have that expanded knowledge now just by saying yes when I usually wouldn't have said yes. So take more risks, say yes, do less overthinking, really try to stop it as much as you can. But overthinking is like something I think is going to be a lifelong journey for me. Because if there's a master class that's ever going to be taught on overthinking, it's going to be me. Because that's why it took me 9 years to even start a YouTube. But so I just want to say, make sure, like, life is just too short. Life is too short. Life is too precious. Life is full of magical, amazing, way out of this world ways of, like, for example, oh my God, like I went to China like 5 years ago. Like I went to China just because I met somebody like at the airport and had a conversation. And that conversation a year later ended up in an opportunity to go to China for 10 days. I would have never thought, I never really had a desire. Like, I want to see the whole world. So it was on my bucket list in that